All right, today we're going to look at some Dollar Tree finds for my clay studio. All right, I'm always on the search for textures. So, you know, hey, why not a potato masher, which somehow got bent. It may have come that way and I wasn't paying attention. I don't know. I just thought it was neat. Bend that back. That'll make some fun textures once we get it flat. Better than any chip clip you'll buy. Get those things for your chip clips. 6 of them for $1. $1.25. Okay. Now these little guys, of course, are party favors from the Halloween section. And while they will make texture on my clay, I also thought it would be fun. I think they're all the same. They're little rulers. Yeah, there's 6 of them, two different colors. So we have a flying bat, a little vampire dude, Frankenstein, the monster of Frankenstein. Technically, his name is not Frankenstein. And the spider here. So I can put these down and use them as stencils for glaze on top of my clay. Or I could put some slip down on top of the clay and have that, and then lift it up. And that would leave this too. So I might try these a couple different ways. And I mean, how cool are they that they're rulers? I didn't even notice that when I bought them. Okay, so I'm putting those aside. These are what interested me. I was like, oh, I hope these work. So these are stick-on wall tile things. This one looks like rocks. And I did not realize I bought 3 of these, but apparently I got 3 of them by mistake. So they're all the same. They're flexible, so I don't know how well it's going to work in clay. If the clay is soft enough, we're going to try it. But this could be fun and cool. So if it does work, I'm going to be able to take these to school and let my kiddos use them if they want to as well. So that's that. And of course I have my cone covered already for my next Christmas tree. So let's open one of these bad boys up and see what it's like. Now, because these are textured raised, on the back side, I'm guessing they're imprinted the other way because it's not solid. So I might be able to actually use them in both sides. I know it says it's an adhesive, so maybe if I just don't take the sticky thing off of it. I mean, it says peel here, so I might have to. Nope, that's a sticky thing. Okay, I might be able to actually peel that sticky thing off. That might not make it sturdy enough. We'll see. We're going to try pressing this into clay. And this is raised, so for pressing it into clay, it's going to make indents. So it'll look like a reverse brick wall. So try that one. I'm going to get one of these. Excuse me. One of these out. We'll give this guy a try. And we'll see how well the texture goes on this. We're going to open this thing again. I always like opening them from those self-adhesive closing spots because then I can reuse the package if I want to put it back in the package and keep my stuff nicer longer, because I mean it is only from the Dollar Tree, but waste not, want not. That's my philosophy. Okay, so I'm going to try this guy first. I'm going to get some clay. Whoosh! Magic. I still have some rounds cut from the last time. And I have 2 slabs in here that I cut off of my last one too. Push that side. I'll stick these out of the way somewhere. Okay, now typically when I roll slabs for my trees, I start by cutting them. It's probably stuck together again after being in the bag for so long. If I can separate it. Oh, there we go. Yeah, they're pretty wet, so they're still stuck together. So to avoid that, I could have put paper in between, but I didn't think I'd be doing it again. So you can see they're 1/4 inch thick. So I have my slab sticks. I set down on either side of my slab. And now I can do this with a big, fresh out of the box chunk of clay and have a big square piece. Or I can do it like I did with my extruder pieces. find my wire cutter over here. And I had my extruder piece laying this way. It was about this long. And then I just run my fingers around my wire. And I run on the edge. And I slice it through. Of course, if I try to do it now, it'll cut some. But then I would slice it through. And then I would peel that off the bottom. And then I could keep slicing more. That way I get nice long, perfectly even slices without having to cut off a big chunk and then do all the muscle work, because I want these thin long slabs anyway. So that's how I got them off there. Just a reminder. A wooden dowel is a perfect use for a rolling pin, but we have real rolling pins too, so whichever you prefer. I mean, at this point it doesn't matter. I'm going to roll this out a little thinner. Flip it over. Now the reason I flip it is because it does stick to the canvas. And when it sticks to the canvas, it'll only go so far. Alright, I want to take my rib. I want to make sure it's the metal flexible one. It's not serrated. Make sure it's clean here. And I'm going to clean off my surface. So I'm going to run my rib in a couple different directions. I press down slightly, not super hard. It compresses the clay and it smooths out the texture. So the canvas texture, smooth. I don't know if you can see that or not. Probably not. So flip this guy over. And you're like, well, isn't going to press down on that side again? Yes, we could slightly, but it won't be as much as it was before. And it depends on how hard I press. So there's that one, there's that one. Really no texture. There's very, very fine texture. So if I would have pressed harder, yeah, probably. Okay. We're going to try this in two ways. I'm going to try it by doing it this way, which I don't think will work as well. We'll try it. And then I'm going to do it with it laying down and putting this on top and rolling into it. We'll see which way works better. I don't want to press very hard on this, so just deep enough that it gets pressed into the clay and hopefully doesn't stick, because I didn't prepare the surface any way, shape, or form. And my clay was kind of wet. Ooh, it's kind of working. I like it, I like it. Oh, oh, oh. Alright, so there's that texture there. It did pull apart because, like I said, I didn't prepare this any which way. And the clay is kind of wet. So I could wait for the clay to get a little drier and then push it into it. But of course that is harder and I have to push harder, and because this is flimsy plastic, you know, might not work great. So the softer the clay did work well. Alright, what I might have to do, and I don't want to use dry clay dust. Now you might think, well, why not? It's like flour, right? You can put it on there, and if it gets mixed in there, it's fine. Well, yeah, it's fine if it's mixed in there. It's not fine for you to breathe in. So make sure you're not breathing in the clay dust. What you can use, and it'll burn away, is flour, cornstarch, baby powder, anything that you have that you can use that is not going to cause you to have any major breathing problems. You don't want breathing problems. Okay, let's see. This one I didn't prepare yet. Let me prepare this real one quick. I don't care how thick it is because I'm just going to try the texture on it. And I want it to be smooth so I can see the texture. Just practice it. Okay, so this time what I want to do is I'm going to have this down. I didn't flip it over and clean it because, like I said, I'm just playing. I'm going to put this over top of it. And then I'm going to try to roll it this way. I can't see where my slab is this way, so I don't know if I'm getting it over the entire thing evenly. I'm just kind of guessing. I start off slow so that it doesn't move. And then I'm going to pick it up. So now I'm going to, again, try to peel it off there. Ooh. I definitely like doing it that way better than this way. It did come off a little easier without sticking. Probably because it's actually stuck to the canvas a little bit. because I didn't really pull it up before I put it down, and after smoothing, I mean, I guess I did, but yeah, see this? The way we did it that way, it pulled when I pulled it off. It kind of tore it looking. And this is just a nice little indent. Fun. Okay, flip that over. Let's flip this over. I'm going to smooth out this side now. We got a lot of clay there. Alright, clean this side off. Now, because this one's a little thinner, you can see it did press down into this side as well, like push through. I'm going to do this and this, and we're going to try this guy. That's the cover. This guy. Let's put it through here. Use my rolling pin. Oh, it sounds like bubble pop. Give that a wheelie wheelie. Give that a wheelie wheelie. A roly roly. I mean, that's kind of fun. It's an inverted texture. And again, it pulled away a little bit more on this one than it did this one. So I might just have to go with a thicker slab. Or add something to this one. I don't know why it's so... It looks like a leopard print almost. Which is kind of cool. Huh. Alright, so those I got that. Let's flip this guy over. Let's clean this off. And let's check the texture of the potato smasher. Alright, so this, I don't think it's going to work so well. It's not, like I said, it was not even. So unless I maybe get a rolling pin in here, my belly's in the way, and press it down like that, I don't know if this will work. Well, and we'll tell. Pull it up. Oh, sad face. It didn't work as much as I wanted it to. So I would have to work on getting the metal smooth. I might actually just cut it off of this and not use it as like a... But if I just cut that and just have this disc and then roll over it and not have the handle in the way, that would probably work. I mean, I don't really need a potato smasher because I have my own Pampered Chef ones. Woohoo! So, alright, that's my tool review from, oh, how about this guy? Forgot about our rulers. Let's roll our ruler guy in here. Okay, you will see some of that texture coming out through, I'm sure. But you're also going to get the pressure of, ooh, look, he came up really high there, of the ruler. Also have those marks. Pull it up, pull it up, pull it up. Body's coming off of Dracula there. But you see how it's raised there. If I was to have this laying down on a piece that was done and leather hard, that get one that doesn't have clay in it. If I was to put this down and then I was to run some slip over top of that and then peel this off, it would give me the same look without having this imprint through here. Okay, but I could also do this and only have certain spots. I could mask this off with some tape and only do eyeballs and repeat the eyeball over and over. It's a bat, whatever it is. Or if I like Frankenstein, or if I wanted to turn him in different directions and kind of do a fun pattern, I could use that. But like I said, I could also put glaze in here, like an underglaze on my pieces, and use that as a stencil for underglaze. So I just thought those were kind of cute and fun for the Dollar Tree, a little, you know, souvenir Halloween party favor for kids. And I figured it would work out pretty good for my clay stuff. And my students, while they are juniors, seniors, some sophomores, they're still kids at heart. They love this kind of stuff too. And maybe it's because I love it that they love it. I don't know. They could just be amusing me. But that's what I got for you today, guys and gals. Have a good day.